All right, what's up, everyone? December 8th, 2017, Fantasy Rasta here. Coming back with some more of these team sheets for you for NBA. I'm going to kind of go over it and explain a little bit uh, as to what I'm looking at. Um, Follow me on Twitter at DFS Fantasy Rasta. Actually, follow my Twitter handle is at Fantasy Rasta. Check us out at the DFScave.com, where you'll get access to videos like this. You'll get access to the team sheets. I've added projections. I'm tweaking things a little bit. I'm trying to make this information a little bit more valuable for everyone. And if you haven't heard my previous videos, go ahead and check them out on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the DFS Cave. You can also subscribe to my channel at Fantasy Rasta. And so we'll start off, and I'm gonna go game by game. Um, and It's been a while since It's actually been a few days since I've done a video. And I'm sorry about that. I've actually been in transition of moving and everything. But yeah. We'll go game by game. I'm gonna break it down for those of you that may be new and may be listening for the first time. I'm going to do this every once in a while just to make sure we're on the same page. So we'll start with the first game. Before I begin, anything that you see highlighted in green or orange are teams that you want to kind of focus on, or games that you want to focus on. As I see, there could be a lot of fantasy production. So the first game is Cleveland, Indiana, the #1 game, tied with Denver at Orlando. Both these games actually have the same Vegas total, so I just gave them the same rank. Um, so Cleveland, it's got a 3.25 score, 3-pointers in play. LeBron shooting the three heavily this year. J.R. Smith would be in play. LeBron's my top player on Cleveland. It's kind of obvious. He's kind of due for a big game. He's been quiet. The other guys around him have been going off, and he's rested. So definitely give LeBron a look. Indiana, you're thinking Oladipo, because you're looking for assists and three-pointers. Have Oladipo as my highest projected player on Indiana. Being that assists and three-pointers are in play, I won't be mad at you if you like Darren Collison. I actually like Lance Stevenson a little bit here if you're looking for a value play. He's actually a guy that's in my my projection sheet that I'll share here in a little bit. So definitely want to get some exposure to that game. The next game is Denver at Orlando. Again, the same score. Orlando's got the assists and the three-pointers. Aaron Gordon's my top projected play. I do like Alfred Payton to have a bounce-back game. Fournier's out. So that should give Aaron Gordon more looks. It should give Payton more looks. Vucevic could be in play here, but I think I want to lean a little bit more towards the volume three-point shooters and a guard that can get you assists. For Denver, you want assists and a volume shooter. Will Barton is a decent play here. Jamal Murray isn't a bad play. I don't know what's up with Wilson Chandler and Hernan Gomez, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of them had a decent game. Fareed's been playing decent, but my highest projected play on Denver is Will Barton. Even though the projection is not high, he's still my highest projected player on that team in the top projected game. So you give him a look. And he contributes with high volume shots, and he can get you dimes every now and then. Next game is Chicago at Charlotte. My #3 game, which technically it should be my #2 game, but #3 with a game score of 3. Assists, three-pointers, and volume shooters is what you're looking for. Dwight Howard's my top projected play. But I really like Jeremy Lamb in this game. Jeremy Lamb, maybe Kemba, and Marvin Williams shouldn't be a bad play. But my top projected is Dwight Howard, and I think Jeremy Lamb and Kemba are close seconds. Chicago, assists and three-pointers. Justin Holiday is my top projected play. I had Jerry Grant for whatever reason ranked really high. Again, I'm adjusting my projections as I go. So Jerry Grant for some reason was showing up pretty high, but Holiday was my top Chicago player. Sacramento and New Orleans. It's my #4 game, a 2.5 score. Sacramento, you're looking for three-point shooters. Buddy Hield's been hot. De'Aaron Fox has been okay. Randolph is my highest projected Sacramento player, and he's been playing well recently as well. Uh, so he's probably going to be pretty high owned. New Orleans got the 3-point shot, but my top projected plays is actually Anthony Davis. He may not play; he's questionable. DeMarcus Cousins is second, but you're looking for the three. So I mean, Cousins is coming off a monster game. He's arguably MVP. The projection's kind of low because the projections have more so to do with how they've been playing recently. So he's been really hot. So what I'm trying to do is kind of pinpoint players that are gonna drop off. So Cousins is the best player on New Orleans. It's in the top 4 games, so you don't fade him. Um, but I think if Anthony Davis plays, it hurts Cousins a little bit. Um, and I think he scores with more than 36.7 points. Uh, but again, this is more so of a score opposed to a projection. Um, so you're obviously looking for a higher number regardless. Memphis, or I'm sorry, the next game, Golden State at Detroit. Golden State's got a 0. Kevin Durant. Anytime I see a 0, I want to get a superstar. The highest projected player on Golden State is Kevin Durant. And I also don't have any categories lit up for Golden State. Like, there's 0 across the board. So, like, I don't feel like this is a great matchup for them. But I do think that there's going to be someone that just balls out. It could be Durant. Something is telling me that it could be Clay. Um, but Durant would definitely be the player to target here in Golden State with Steph out, and Clay would be a close second. For Detroit, there are three that they have the higher score of the two teams. Assists, 3-point shooters, volume shooters. Drummond's the top projected play here for Detroit. Tobias Harris is in my top 30. I'm not mad at you if you like Reggie Jackson. Ish Smith should have a bounce back game, but this feels more so um, well, projection wise or score wise, it should be Drummond. I'm a little bit worried about Drummond in the game script as Golden State may play small, but they're at home, and if Detroit can control this game, I think Golden State will have to adjust to them. Toronto at Memphis, number 6 game, 1.25 score. Toronto's got rebounds in play. Lowry's my top play. Um, DeRozan, for whatever reason, wasn't high on DeRozan, but I like Lowry, Siakam um, for the rebounding part. Memphis, you've got rebounds, assists, and volume shooting. That's Marc Gasol. He fits all 3 of those categories. He's my top play for Memphis. He should see a lot of volume with the injuries, Conley out, the unknowns from the other players. Dylan Brooks, you don't know what you're getting from him. Um, Parsons can't get it going. We're still waiting for him to show up. So Gasol looks like he could be a solid play in this game, even though it's a low-scoring game. I think this is going to be a slow-paced game, which is typically in low scoring, which is typically a game that you want to get big men. Dallas at Milwaukee. Dallas is a 0. So you attack the team, or you want to focus on the team's best player, most productive player. Well, it actually is Harrison Barnes, and I have him as my top projected play. He's going to take a good amount of shots. He can contribute with the assists, and occasionally he'll give you the 3. Dirk would be in play. I think, Barea would be in play here for sure. Milwaukee, they've got a 1 assist and 3-pointers. Giannis is my top play, 57.71 on Milwaukee. He's actually my top play on the board. He's not going to give you the threes, but against Dallas, I don't know who's guarding him against Dallas. So he's due for a bounce back game. He's due to start trending up. That's part of the reason why his score is this high. So I would definitely give him a look. He's probably not going to be very high owned with Durant and Cousins on the board after they just both exploded for big games. But something's telling me that one of those two, either Durant or Cousins, could disappoint tonight, and Giannis and LeBron could end up being decent pivots. Boston at San Antonio. San Antonio's got nothing for the score, so you're looking for the team's most productive player. That's going to be Aldridge, who I have as the top projected play. You're looking for a rebounder, who happens to be Aldridge. So they're playing Boston. Should be a good game for Aldridge. Matchup wise, it should be decent. So I would definitely give him a look. And then for Boston, you've got a 0, so you're thinking of the best player on Boston. You're going to automatically go to Kyrie Irving. Oh, he's my top projected play. Oh, you're looking for someone that shoots the 3 and that's going to shoot a lot. Oh, that's Kyrie Irving. So although these teams have 0s, these players, I would say all 4 of them are very decent plays. Even Giannis could almost fit into that mold. So I'm definitely going to want to have exposure to 2 to 3 of these players. No less than 1 for sure. So that's a breakdown for the team sheet. That's a breakdown for the games. Just going to go over my player projections real quick. This is something new that I've added. I'm working on this. I'm trying to get it a little bit better. This is a projection score. So to clarify, this is not an actual projection, although sometimes these players do come close to the projection. What I'm trying to do is really get a score, try to attack what I have for, I guess you would call, what I expect them to score. Although, yeah, you probably call it a projection. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is just basically put them in order as to who I think has the best opportunity to have a productive game. The value I added as well, so that's considering the projection with the salary. And these are some of the plays that I like. These are actually my top 30. So if you want to take a screenshot, I mentioned a lot of these plays. Tyreek Evans is there. I didn't mention him with the Memphis. But I hope this helps you out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at Fantasy Rasta. I also have Instagram at Fantasy Rasta. And then you guys have a good rest of your evening and good luck tonight.